Bass fishing tips, techniques, and gear recommendations. Bass fishing can be incredibly rewarding, whether you're targeting largemouth, smallmouth, or spotted bass. Here are tips, techniques, and gear recommendations to enhance your experience. Bass fishing tips. 1. Time of day. Early morning and late evening are ideal times as bass are more active. On cloudy days, bass may feed throughout the day. Bass fishing tips. 2. Know the habitat. Largemouth bass like areas with cover, such as submerged logs, weed beds, and docks. Smallmouth bass prefer rocky structures, deeper waters, and areas with current. 3. Pay attention to the weather. Overcast days and post-storm conditions are often great for bass fishing. Bass may move deeper during hot, sunny weather and shallower during cooler weather. Bass fishing tips. 4. Adjust for seasons. Spring. Focus on shallow waters where bass are spawning. Use jigs and soft plastics. Summer. Fish deeper during the day and try top water lures early or late. Fall. Bass feed aggressively. Use crankbaits, jerkbaits, and spinnerbaits. Winter. Fish slowly with jigs or drop shots near deeper structures. Techniques. 1. Texas rigging. A weedless setup for soft plastics like worms or craws. Ideal for fishing through heavy cover. 2. Drop shotting. Great for finesse fishing and targeting suspended bass in deeper water. 3. Jerkbait fishing. Use for active bass, especially during cooler months. The erratic motion mimics injured baitfish. 4. Crankbait retrieval. Vary your retrieval speed and use lures that dive to the appropriate depth for the area you're fishing. 5. Frogging. Cast hollow-bodied frogs into lily pads and retrieve with a stop-and-go action. Perfect for top water strikes. Recommended gear. Rods. Spinning rod. Medium or medium light for finesse techniques, e.g., drop shot, Ned rig. Casting rod. Medium heavy for versatility or heavy for frogging and flipping. Reels. Spinning reel. 2500-3000 size for light lines and finesse techniques. Bait casting reel. Match gear ratio to the technique. High speed, 7:1+, for flipping and frogging. Moderate speed, 6:1, for crankbaits and spinnerbaits. Recommended gear. Lines. Fluorocarbon. For clear water and finesse fishing. Braided line. Strong and sensitive, ideal for heavy cover. Monofilament. Good for top water lures due to its buoyancy. Recommended gear. Lures. Soft plastics. Worms, creature baits, craws, and paddle tail swim baits. Crankbaits. Choose shallow, medium, or deep diving based on water depth. Jigs. Use football jigs for rocky bottoms and flipping jigs for heavy cover. Spinnerbaits. Great for covering water and triggering reaction strikes. Topwater lures. Frogs, poppers, and buzzbaits for explosive strikes. Recommended gear. Accessories. Polarized sunglasses to reduce glare and spot fish. A tackle box or backpack for organization. Fish finder or sonar for locating bass. A quality net to help land larger fish. Bass fishing. Extra tips. Match the hatch. Use lures that mimic the natural prey in the area, e.g., shad, crawfish. Use scented baits. Especially helpful for tough conditions to entice bites. Keep moving. If you're not getting bites, change locations or lures until you find active fish. Fishing for largemouth bass. Fishing for largemouth bass is a popular and rewarding activity. Here's a guide to help you catch more largemouth bass. Understanding largemouth bass. Habitat. Found in freshwater lakes, rivers, ponds, and reservoirs. They prefer areas with cover such as weeds, logs, rocks, docks, and submerged structures. Understanding largemouth bass. Behavior. Active during early morning and late evening. Favor warm water, 70 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit, and tend to stay in shallower water during warmer months and deeper areas in colder months. Opportunistic feeders. Eat small fish, insects, crayfish, and frogs. Best times to fish. Seasons. Spring, pre-spawn and spawn. Best time. Base or shallow and aggressive. Summer. Look for shaded or deeper waters during the heat of the day. Fall. Base feed actively to prepare for winter, often found near baitfish schools. Winter. Slower action. Use finesse techniques in deep waters. Times of day. Early morning, sunrise to 9 a.m. Late afternoon, evening, 4 p.m. to sunset. Fishing gear. Rods. Medium or medium-heavy spinning or baitcasting rods. Reels. Spinning or baitcasting reels with a smooth drag system. Line. Monofilament for top water baits. Braided line for heavy cover. Fluorocarbon for finesse techniques in clear water. Top lures for largemouth bass. 1. Soft plastics, worms, craws, lizards. Use Texas rig, Carolina rig, or drop shot setups. 2. Jigs. Great for flipping and pitching into cover. Pair with a craw trailer. 3. Crankbaits. Effective for covering water quickly and targeting specific depths. 4. Spinnerbaits. Good for stained water or windy conditions. 5. Topwater lures. Poppers, frogs, and buzzbaits for exciting surface strikes. 6. Swimbaits and paddletail plastics. Mimic baitfish and work well in open water. Tips for success. 1. Scout locations. Use fish finders or visually inspect for likely base hideouts like weed lines, points, and submerged logs. 2. Vary retrieval speeds. Experiment with slow, medium, and fast retrieves until you find what triggers bites. 3. Match the hatch. Use lures that mimic local baitfish or prey. 4. Be quiet. Avoid loud noises that could spook base, especially in shallow areas. 5. Adjust to conditions. Bright days. Use natural colors, green, brown, silver. Cloudy days. Opt for brighter or darker colors, white, chartreuse, black. Essential accessories. Polarized sunglasses. To spot fish and underwater structure. Landing net. Helps secure fish without damaging them. Fish finder, GPS. Ideal for locating fish and structure in larger bodies of water. Catch and release tips. Handle the fish gently to protect its slime coat. Use barbless hooks or crush the barbs for easier release. Release the fish quickly and avoid prolonged exposure to air. Fishing for smallmouth bass. Fishing for smallmouth bass can be an exciting and rewarding experience. Here are some tips to help you successfully catch smallmouth bass. 1. Know their habitat. Smallmouth bass are often found in rivers and streams. Look for areas with current, rocky bottoms, or deep pools. Lakes and reservoirs. Focus on rocky shorelines, drop-offs, and submerged structures like logs or boulders. 2. Best times to fish. Spring. Pre-spawn, late spring, is prime time when smallmouths move into shallow water. Summer. Early morning and late evening are best. During the day, they retreat to deeper, cooler waters. Fall. They feed aggressively before winter, making this a great time to catch them. Winter. They are less active but can be caught with finesse techniques. 3. Lures and baits. Crankbaits and jerkbaits. Mimic small baitfish and work well in clear water. Soft plastics. Use tubes, grubs, or swimbaits, especially in rocky areas. Spinnerbaits. Effective in murky water or during windy conditions. Topwater lures. Poppers or walking baits can produce explosive strikes in the early morning or late evening. Live bait. Use minnows, crayfish, or night crawlers. 4. Fishing techniques. Casting and retrieving. Vary your speed to mimic the movement of prey. Jigging. Use a jig with soft plastics near structures or the bottom. Drifting. Let live bait drift naturally in the current. Drop shot rig. Ideal for finesse fishing in deeper water. 5. Gear recommendations. Rod and reel. A medium or medium-light spinning rod paired with a spinning reel is versatile for smallmouth fishing. Line. Use 6 to 10 pounds fluorocarbon or monofilament for clear water. Braided line with a fluorocarbon leader works well for strength and stealth. 6. Key tips for success. Read the water. Look for current breaks, eddies, or areas with structure where smallmouths ambush prey. Match the hatch. Use lures that resemble the natural forage in the area, e.g., crayfish, minnows. Stay mobile. If you're not getting bites, move to a different location. 7. Conservation. Practice catch and release to preserve smallmouth populations, especially in areas where they are heavily fished. Fishing for spotted bass. Fishing for spotted bass, Micropterus punctulatus, also called Kentucky bass, can be a fun and rewarding experience. Here's a guide to help you target this species. 1. Understanding spotted bass habitat. Water type. Spotted bass are commonly found in clear to slightly stained water in reservoirs, rivers, and lakes. They thrive in cooler, deeper waters compared to largemouth bass. 1. Understanding spotted bass habitat. Structure. Look for rocky points and ledges, submerged timber and brush piles, creek channels and drop-offs, areas with moderate to strong current, rivers. 2. Best times to fish. Seasons. Spotted bass are active year-round, but the best times are spring, pre-spawn, spawn. They move to shallower areas near rocky banks and gravel beds. Fall. They chase baitfish in open water and along points. Times of day. Early morning and late evening are ideal, especially during warm months. 3. Recommended tackle. Rod and reel. Medium light to medium spinning or casting rod, 6 feet 6 inches to 7 feet 3 inches. Reel with a smooth drag system, spooled with 8 to 15 pounds fluorocarbon or braided line with a fluorocarbon leader. Baits and lures. Soft plastics. Finesse worms, creature baits, and grubs on shaky heads, Texas rigs, or Carolina rigs. 3. Recommended tackle. Jigs. Small football jigs with craw trailers for rocky bottoms. Crankbaits. Medium diving or lipless crankbaits in shad or crawfish patterns. Spinnerbaits. Use in murky water or low light conditions. Topwater lures. Poppers and walking baits for aggressive fish during warm months. Drop shot rig. Effective for targeting suspended fish in deeper waters. 4. Techniques and strategies. Shallow water. Cast along rocky banks, docks, and laydowns with soft plastics or crankbaits. Deeper water. Use finesse tactics like drop shotting or jigging near ledges, points, or brush piles. Current areas. In rivers, cast upstream and allow your lure to drift naturally with the flow. Follow the bait. Spotted bass often follow schools of shad. Use sonar to locate baitfish and target those areas. 5. Key tips. Adapt to water clarity. Use natural colored baits in clear water, green pumpkin, watermelon, and brighter colors in stained water, chartreuse, white. Fish deep. Spotted bass are often deeper than largemouth bass, especially during the summer or in clear reservoirs. Stay mobile. Cover water until you locate an active school. Spotted bass tend to group together. Subscribe, share, like, and hit that notification bell. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and share it with your fishing friends and associates. Don't forget to subscribe, like, hit that notification bell for more information on fishing, nature, and other content every day, week, month, and year. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the current information. Thank you for watching.